Hello again. Uh, so I watched the Ninja Masterclass and learned a few good tips. I think one of them was to get a better camera, so I did. Um, Another one was to, it was Rick and Morty. That was one of them. And the last one was Fortnite. So we got some Fortnite lights, and yeah. So so today what I'll be doing, God willing, is vector art. My audio clipped right there. It's not gonna be anything like Jerrobeam Fenderson. I'm not doing parametric equations. I just set up a program on my computer and plugged my hardware synth in and got it to work. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you exactly what I did personally, what synth I'm using, and then we're just gonna fuck around for a bit. Alright, so this is the Hydrasynth desktop version, which doesn't matter. And what I went ahead is I made a program to make vector art. So you can actually see it right here. I'm getting like a circle when I play that, and you can't hear that yet, but because I'm not recording it, but you know, don't worry, we'll get to that. Alright, I'm doing a voiceover again, because again, my audio was like clipping. I'm still trying to fix that. Well, I actually may have fixed it already, but that was on my list of things to do, and it's not clipping anymore. So just pretend I'm not voicing this over, and this is me. I mean, it is me. Okay, so here's how it works. You send two sound waves, signals, oscillators, panned left and right into the oscilloscope or program, or in this case VST, and each oscillator in this case is being graphed on the X and Y axis separately. So the left signal is X, right signal is Y. So next we flip the phase of one of the oscillators 108 degrees, or completely opposite in phase. So I went ahead and added two sine waves, panned full left and right, and since there isn't just a setting to flip the sine waves phase on the Hydrasynth, what I did in reference to a video I found and will link is used one of the mutant buttons, which is a waveform modulation, and added pulse width modulation, in this case called PWASM. ASM is the brand of the synth, so this might be ASM's take on pulse width. I don't actually know, but it's pulse width modulation. I don't know if this is the normal practice for reversing phase on a synth, but I think normal practice for vector art is just using a signal generator instead. So after adding PWASM or pulse width, there is a setting called custom ... and you click on that and 8 settings appear called warp, and you turn them all the way up to 128, exit out, and add that signal 100% wet. You don't have to change any other setting, and you just have to mess with the depth knob, and I'll show you afterwards how that you'll actually be able to visually see it when I start going. So check out this transition. Whoa. Okay, so I'll start recording. That way we can hear. Oh, okay, we're starting from there. There's the sound that I'm going to put in the video. So here's our oscilloscope. Okay, now you're seeing it. So here's the circle. So as I turn the depth down, you're gonna see the circle become more narrow. and I'm changing the phase, and you can actually hear it. For this purpose, I'm just gonna set it as a circle, just cause, like a perfect circle. And the goal here isn't to make a perfect circle, it's just to have a reference point. So I'm using a VST called Signalizer, and it worked out really well for me because I wasn't just trying to get an oscilloscope. I wanted something that I could run in a DAW. So yeah, this was a really good choice. And actually getting an oscilloscope that didn't run in a DAW didn't even work for me, because I guess like the sound for my mixer and stuff isn't routed into just my computer, it's routed into the DAW for, you know, whatever reason. In fact, I actually have to use this recorded track and move it over when editing so that I can get sound, because normally I can't just produce the sound. I didn't have to change almost any settings in here except for one, and I will show you what that is really quick. So I'll go to the factory default, and you can already notice that it changed a little bit. What's happening right now is this is like what happens when I have white noise going through. I don't know if it's picking up a signal like a little bit or at all, or if that just does that, but you know, whatever. It rotates a little bit. If I use the factory default and we know that it's set up to a perfect circle, obviously it's not so perfect anymore. What I did is I clicked on, there's like a down arrow next to vector scope, and you can't see my mouse, but there's drop down arrow next to vector scope. All the way on the far right, when you get the drop down, there's a thing called wave Z rotation. It should be lighting up a little bit as I hover over it. 45 degrees. Now if I go over to the preset that I made, I changed the wave Z rotation to 34.92 degrees. And this should give you a perfect circle. Also, you know, hopefully, it depends on what you're using. But yeah, that's it. So now that you know how it works, let's get to the fun stuff. So let's, whoops. And I got these cool transitions going on. So let's get into it. So I have the sine wave. And here's a cool shape. Since I already recorded some of this, I came up with another shape, and I will show you what it is, also tell you what it is. So it's two pulse waves, and they both have pulse width modulation on them, and the depth of one of them is 0.1. It is a 0.1 unit difference, and this is the shape we get. Pretty neat stuff. What I'm gonna do at this point is try and make more images using different techniques, and it's not just about making a perfect circle. And I don't know how to make a perfect square shape yet, so yeah, who knows what happens. But we're starting from the point of a circle because that's like the default, you know, so. What's that? This is called Induct is the name. This synth has a ton of waveforms. Hey, I got a square shape right there. Not quite what I was looking for though. However, what I got out of this was some pretty cool stuff, and you know that's just what this is using, just coming up with stuff. I think that's very fun. I wouldn't have had much fun mapping out mathematic equations, even if I could do so. I feel like that wouldn't be very fun, and at least for me. So, at least I'm doing something fun for me. So I just did a lot of things just there, but the most important thing to add like movement to the wave is the pitch scent difference, which is like extremely tiny changes in the pitch. And what this does is move the phase in and out for the waveforms. In the beginning, I said that they have to be opposite phase. That's how you make static shapes on the graph. But moving the pitch in scent differences starts to move that shape and shift it gradually over time. And if you have 1 cent difference, it's a really small movement, and the higher difference that you have, the more movement you get. And what I'll do is I'll actually demonstrate what it looks like with versus without. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to route an LFO to the depth of the pulse width, and we'll see what happens. And I'm also going to set it really, really slow. Alright, I think that's enough for that. I hope you enjoyed it, because this is like the first video that's not me ranting about politics. But I don't know. I'll get back to that, but you know, I'm fun. I'm not just a downer. I don't just complain about politics. But I mean, okay, to be real with y'all, I do enjoy that. I do have fun doing that. I realized that I would probably have much more fun in society if the right wing didn't exist, but I still have fun doing that, and I plan on doing more of that, and getting better at editing, cause I need to, really, to keep up with everybody else. I'm never gonna get enough views being as I am right now. Also, if anybody knows of any good programs, free programs instead of DaVinci Resolve for good editing, I would highly love anybody to let me know about those. I'm getting better, as you can tell. I have some fun stuff going on here. How about this? How about that, huh? Do you like that? How about we're in Peep Show for a second. There's Mark Gorgon. How about some stock images of locations that this program gave me? If you're wondering what program it is, I believe there might be a watermark somewhere, as I could not afford to get rid of it. So yeah. I'm having fun. I think I'm gonna have a good time the more videos I make and stuff. I hope you found this video very cool, even though it wasn't like anything crazy. Like I said, if you want to see really cool stuff, all you have to do is search for it. There's people doing way crazier things than I am. But the way I got exposed is somebody I know showed me Jerrobeam Fenderson, and that dude is insane. But also, I feel like the amount of work he has to put in is also insane. So, you know, I can pull up YouTube videos on this, so that's pretty cool. Here's all the nukes dropped in the world since 1945, since the beginning. Unless you want to know about real history, when the real atomic bombs were dropped, the first ones, 10,000 years ago. I should let the creator of this video know that they're missing the ones from 8,000 BC. Actually, there was a precursor civilization that used nukes, and they were wiped out about 12,000 years ago, so... The thing is, this video doesn't get going for a while, so I'm gonna end this video now. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.